Okay, I've just moved this around to the other side so you can see a bit better, but I think now I can get the entire loom out in one go. This is a switch which I've actually taped on. I don't think I can get it out without the switch, so I think I can pull everything through. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to label each one of these with just a small label that says what they are when I thread them through, in case because I won't be able to see from that side. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Right, okay, I think I've got this. I've labelled everything. I'm going to attempt to pull this loom through. Wish me luck. Okay, I'll put a bit of mat down, should protect them a lot better. I think the first thing I'm going to do is, this is the problem pot, so that volume pot needs looking at too. So I think first thing I'm going to do is clean everything off. I'm just going to use this hair duster from Maplin, don't cost very much, and then clean off the components. So I clean them all off with the air duster, but I'm just going to use a bit of contact cleaner as well. Again, just this Maplin one, it's not very expensive. It doesn't leave as much gunk, I believe, as the WD-40, so a bit of this. So I kind of jumped the gun a little bit there and started cleaning it. There was wires all over the place, but this is why I made that little cardboard thing. I can assemble everything in there now, and it's as if this was on the guitar that way, and that means I can clean them and I can sort of easily get the pots turning and running, and it also is going to make it quite a lot easier for me to do any soldering, because it's that bridge pickup capacitor that I think is the problem. It might actually need replacing, in which case I'm not sure what to do, whether I should get a vintage component. I'm going to consult with somebody about that. But let's see, just generally where we can get up to with this today. So everything seems to be connected okay. This tone control on the bridge pickup still working, unfortunately, like a volume control, which I think, I don't know that much about electronics, I'm afraid, but I think that means this cap may have failed. So that might mean looking for new old stock if I want to keep it kind of close to the original. Everything else seems fine. So what I've done, I've contacted a friend of mine for a bit of advice on what cap I should replace this with, or if there's anything else I can do, and I'm not really going to touch it till he can get back to me. So I think what I'm actually going to do is take the opportunity to do some cleaning, because all of this, if you can see how filthy it is under these pots, grime and grease, I'm going to sort of clean the guitar up a bit. I might have a look at this, maybe clean this up a little. I'll try that very carefully with some chrome cleaner. I don't want to do too much damage. So that's what I'm going to do next, really, and there isn't really anything special to that. I don't want to use any polish or anything, because what happens, what happens is if you polish it, you're polishing the dirt on. So pretty much I'm just going to use elbow grease. You might find I've got a softer cloth than this, but basically elbow grease and a bit of spit sometimes, and that will get it off rather than polishing it in as such. So that's what I'm going to do while I wait to find out how I should proceed with this electronics problem. After a phone call and a bit of a chat with a mate, Dan Whitelock Jones, genius of vintage electronics, we think it's the capacitor, so I've taken that off today. I don't normally do electronics, so I actually have no capacitors in the house at the minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nip out tomorrow, buy a capacitor, I'll probably buy a bunch, and try it out and see if that tone pot now works properly. So that's it for this evening. In case you're interested and want to see how it cleaned up, let me just move this around. So you should be able to see there, it all cleaned up pretty nicely. I didn't use any polish, it's just you know, a bit of elbow grease. It's interesting, you can see where the discoloration has happened around pots and around the metal. I took the tailpiece off to give it a bit clean. There was a huge cob of dirt and grease there, it was pretty gross. And I gave it a bit of a polish just using Autosol, and this little bit came up really nice. And there you go. This guitar was obviously owned by somebody called Ken. I'm not sure what's going on with this tailpiece, whether this is a tailpiece that somebody's had made. It doesn't feel quite right, or whether it's the one that came with it, stock, and then there's been this let's say customization. Who knows? Anyway, it's cleaned up really nice. Ken, if you're out there, get in touch. I want to find out about this guitar. Just an aside, I said before these were Vox single coils. That's what I've found on any information I've had. It just says Vox single coils, but okay, I may be demonstrating my ignorance, but there appear to be two very small coils in there. You see that? And it doesn't look, it's really hard to see, but it doesn't look like two sort of bobbins with one coil or anything. I'd love to know more about this guitar. If anybody knows anything about it, please put something in the comments and give me a clue, because I don't know anything. Maybe you're out there, Ken. Anyway, I'll see you when I get a new cap.